Okay, we are live. Woo-hoo. Hey, yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm going to jump right into this question in the email. Justin explains everything. Is it okay to lie on your job resume? Is it okay to lie on your job resume? Um, let's see the details of the email. Embellish this. Yeah, I was applying for this job at this store. I told them that I worked at a previous job for X amount of years doing this, doing that. Nobody seemed to mind or even notice. Um, okay, to answer the question, I know your question was pretty short. You was applying for a job and you gave them a few extra added, we'll just say added details to your resume, and you got the job. Everything seemed to work out fine. Um, honestly, I know people say, oh, when you put down your past jobs on your resume, that the current employer that you're applying for looks at that and they read it all and they call the numbers. If you give them a phone number for your previous employer, a lot of times that's bogus and false. Most employers don't waste their time calling up, um, a new applicant's former employer. It's just a waste of their time. They're lazy. So many people are afraid when they apply for a job. Oh man, I got to make my resume perfect. Like, they're swearing on the Bible, and that, this employer is not going to hire you if you give them any false information. That's totally false. That's not true. I mean, there might be some exceptions, like certain jobs might be really strict and really um, thorough with how they do their investigation of your resume. Background check. Obviously, background check's different. That's not the same as a resume. A resume check. Um, but as far as your resume, by law, legally, by law, you can put whatever the hell you want on your resume. It's your resume. If you want to tell them that you used to be the president of the United States, I'm just exaggerating. You could do that. It's your resume. Um, you could put whatever you want. It's up to the employer to decide whether they want you or whether they want to do the research or the investigation into your past work history. Um, by law, it's perfectly fine. You can put whatever you want on your resume. If you want to embellish your resume and make it better by maybe exaggerating, that's fine. Legally, that's fine. Now, I mean, sure, you can make an argument ethically. It's not right to lie on your job resume, your past work history, because it's just, a loyalty thing, being loyal and honest. I get that. But if we're talking legally, um, from a legal standpoint, you can do whatever you want with your job resume. Um, you can't get in trouble. They can't arrest you. They can't put it on your record that you lied on your job resume. And I want to give a great example of this. This is just a real quick, 1-2 minute story of this dude a long time ago. This was like, I don't know, 20 some 30 years ago. This dude was a high school dropout. He was really smart, really intelligent, but he dropped out of high school. And several years later, I think when he was in his, like, I don't know if he was in his 20s or early 30s, but he decided to create a fake resume. And he put down all of these elaborate jobs that he had, high up jobs. He also included that he went to college, which he never did, never went to college. And he ended up applying for a job as, I think it was a high school principal. High school principal. And he actually got the job because he did so much embellishing of his resume. And I think he even made a fake college certificate, college degree, and everything. So he had this fake degree, fake job resume, fake career path, leading up to that. And he ended up getting hired on as a high school principal. And he was a high school dropout, which is kind of funny to think that this dude became a high school principal and he didn't even finish high school himself. And I think he held the job as principal for like a couple of years. It wasn't real long, but it was like, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years. He was the principal of this high school. And long story short, the school somehow found out that he just didn't have he was missing something. The school found out he was not qualified to be the principal of this high school. And long story short, they basically ended up like doing like a background check on him. They ended up investigating him and they discovered he was a high school dropout. He lied about everything on his application. He made up a fake college diploma. And they fired him. He was no longer the principal of the high school. But he didn't, to my knowledge, there was no legal problems whatsoever. He didn't face any legal charges or issues. They just fired him, and he got to keep whatever money he made as a high school principal. But the point that I'm making is that's an extreme, like way, way up here. I was just using him as an extreme. And even he didn't get in trouble. He lost his job once they found out he wasn't even certified to be a school principal, considering the fact he never even finished high school. But the point is, and he was very smart guy, but he just was lazy and he didn't want to go to school. But the point that I'm making is, if somebody could lie and scam the system and become a high school principal by lying on their job application, then yes, it's okay to lie or fib or embellish your job application, or let me rephrase that, your job resume. It's okay to lie on your job resume if you're able to back it up, and if they hire you, more power to you. That's great, as long as you're not like doing anything wrong. Lying on a job resume is not even, like I said, it's not even a crime. It's not against the law. Anybody can put down whatever they want on their job resume if they choose to. Me personally, I've never done that. I'm always honest on my job resume. I always make sure I got all my current jobs listed in order, the tasks that I did at those jobs, what my job title was, all of that. And if I have their phone number, I give their phone number. So yeah, I mean, I've been honest, but if you want to lie on your job resume, it's not against the law. And the worst that can happen is they're either one, not going to hire you if they find out that you're lying, or number two, they do hire you and later on they find out you lied and then they fire you. That's it. You keep your money. They're not going to like tarnish your name or anything. You're not going to get in any kind of legal trouble for lying on your resume. So, yeah, I mean, I hope I answered your question the best that I can, but I'm not trying to encourage people to go out and lie on their job resume and make their resume look amazing when it's not. And buy a fake college degree. You can actually buy a fake college degree for like, I think $100, $150, and they'll mail it to you. I've never done it, but I've heard about it. You can own a fake degree. Obviously, you can lie on your resume and you can do all kinds of stuff. It's just whether or not they catch you. If the employer catches you, they're either going to not hire you or they're going to fire you. So that's all there is. I mean, it's not really a scary, dangerous situation. I mean, but it just is what it is. So to answer your question, I would say, yeah, it's okay to embellish your work resume, your job resume. Um, I mean, I wouldn't advise going over the top like that one dude did and became a high school principal. That was way over the top what he did. I mean, he was like way up here. But I would say, yeah, there's nothing wrong with embellishing your resume a little bit to make it look a little better, especially if you yourself know that you're capable of handling the job that you're applying for. Then why not embellish your resume? Um, it shows them that you're confident, you're ready to do the job. And like I said, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But there's no legal issues. You cannot get in trouble for lying on a job resume, or lying on an application. Either one. Um, so yeah, that should do it for this stream. This was actually a pretty fun one because I myself have actually talked about this topic before. So it's pretty cool to get an email asking about that. As you guys know, before I wrap this up, I really appreciate the support. I appreciate the likes. If you would be kind enough to like this video, also kind enough to subscribe to my channel. I'm a small channel. It helps a lot. Also, leave comments down below here in the comment section for questions and video requests like this video that I'm just doing. I'll do a request for you. As long as I'm educated enough on the subject you're asking me. If you ask me a question about rocket science, I'm probably not going to do a video on that. But yeah, that should do it. Also, this is nonprofit. I don't ask for money, donations on this channel. This is just volunteer. I love doing this. I love trying to help people out and try to guide them in the right direction if possible. That's why I make these videos. That's why I do these streams. So that's going to do it for today on this stream. I might do a few more depending on, I'll see if there's any more questions that I'm able to answer in the email section. Also, if you have a question or a suggestion for a video, you could go to my about section. My email link is right in the about, and you could email me a question for a stream to do. So that's going to do it, guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, long extended Memorial weekend. And I'll see you guys on the next stream. Peace out, guys. Take care.